edition of Monday Night Football. This season far beyond what you expect. New York Jets versus this Los Angeles Chargers.
Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, and Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
When we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start. I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
And Tyler Conklin is also gone. So, in most notables, Makai Becton is also gone from Philadelphia, and that pretty much creates a huge staple hole for
the first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in week 9? And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's second leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
I'm sure
and he is hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw one interception in the last game.
A 5-touchdown passer.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I'd say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Tough, coach. I thought the ratio was if you got a 3-to-1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5-to-1
and a win.
Yeah, just let him keep throwing.
Best wishes to him. I would love to stay in New York for previous injury.
The numbers a week ago for Everett: 5 catches, 57 yards.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL
given
against the
chance
pass.
to, he could still prove to be a very vital part.
Play fake to Eckler. It's Herbert.
And that in itself just tells me that
multiple players combined for their team's
believe
first
in
sack of the
the system
game.
that he was running.
And
I think the only thing he was really waiting for was for Aaron to say, yeah, I can still use you, and I know what you know. So guess what? You can what you know. Show me what you know. And I don't believe that it would have made any difference, because that in itself, with his championship experience coming from the Baltimore Ravens, his playoff experience, put that all together with him being a support in overkill. So I hope they do bring him back, and I hope he gets the okay to turn around and actually say, yeah,
the win last week as he gets this one away.
Just go ahead.
A 41-yard punt there with no return, and the Jets will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
Then best believe he's going to make sure and
second overall pick,
give you
now his
110%
season out of BYU.
And it felt like in watching
I think
the game
maybe you
tape, he got
switch him from the
everyone
middle.
involved last week.
He was a manager.
To a different position.
That's a great
in
way
terms
to
of
put it,
linebacker. Let
because
him have a
they
different
ran
view
the
of
ball
perspective.
some, they threw it accurately, 1 touchdown
Maybe
pass.
switch him
He
on the
didn't,
offensive side.
break the bank doing that, but
Didn't
he
go
didn't throw
wrong
any
with it.
interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
The numbers for him from a week ago.
Right players who went from offense, quarterbacks, wide receivers,
He could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
Regime is going
All
to
again on second down.
honestly believe that either way, this Jets team, they keep Lazard, he helps spread the field. Wilson becomes a new stable mate.
Take the big shot downfield.
But if they go out and get somebody who's a speed receiver who can
just get on
spread
our
the field,
backs and let's go get the first down. They love being
be
physical.
surprised at what you see. Because as everyone knows, last year they had every bit of production towards them midway through the end of the season.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly
he had career numbers, so don't say it's all his fault.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking
There are
about
people who didn't want to see Aaron Rodgers succeed in New York, and there happened to be people in Green Bay. It's not something that you wouldn't hear about. If you ask anyone who was out in Wisconsin, if you ask them how they felt about Aaron Rodgers leaving the Green Bay and taking the organization, someone would say, yeah, we want to see it. And so
this group really playing at a high level, 7-0.
His success was
ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial, but I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this stuff if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media,
play out the way everyone
and wonder, can they take
and I'm sorry, but you know,
undefeated season?
And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
They don't understand that trauma happens is very real. So you might want to think about the things that you're saying, dude, towards people, because it does affect their life. Whether you like it or not,
and some of them will be called on again this week.
Because you wouldn't like it to anyone else.
Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Too long for a field goal. Too short to punt that in between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. Everybody's a fan, but yet some people are just critics. Until people actually play the game and understand what it represents and means to actually be that person, it's a very different thing. From someone who's played football to someone who's spectated it and has knowledge of it, I really appreciate anyone doing that to me, because my life is precious to me, as is a career, and something you people equally who's going to very closely about, whether you be by yourself or with a family. So they convert on fourth, and now from just outside the 30, here's first and 10.
That pivotal moment where you say, hey, let's make it work for the fight.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown.
That brings me to catch. I said it running back. In terms of wide receiver, there's so many different things that can look at. You know, most people are trying to
one of the keys to their long
right now would be in the
scoring first, an ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with
players like Michael Hopkins who told us
with some teams I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams I
think it's a reach move for them,
in an attack mode for these ball games and continue that.
You lost Tom Brady, you lost Belichick, they're a pretty good world in this game. You fired your head coach after 1 year. That's, you know, as much as it sums it up. So
Morstead out now.
All of the juggling act, but many believe that that's a reach move in terms of tanking, and it's like
Davis continues to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 in a victory last week. And Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you
not? I don't really see you using
it, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth.
You name Keenan Allen returning to San Diego, Mike Williams returning to San Diego, so now you have the old forward.
That means this game is vital.
You know what I mean? Like,
line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
That just makes it a little bit more complicated, because now there is no one who's going to turn it. Oh, Mr. Whitehead.
Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
They're never really going to live up to
that. Right around the 25.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and
Johnson
figuring
this
out,
year.
Okay,
so
where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
I just don't see a lot of...
After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight, planted their feet, and forced the incompletion on first down.
You picked up Weaver, you put up to the floor on defense.
And get it down inside the 20 to the 18.
Really just like
74 yards rushing for him.
Still have Thomas, you have Williams,
they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive
front backwards. A lot of players who, in terms of
the runners giving us too.
athletic ability and capability of it, playmaking ability there, but long term right now, it's deep to win.
He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection, maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Wrong situation.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
Sam Darnold's gone. Seattle, so you went from Keno Smith to
and
Sam
once
Darnold.
again,
I don't know how big of a difference that is,
but no more than that.
Because Geno Smith
Well, now
has
hang
Seattle
on
to
here
playoffs,
because he appears
so
to be
Sam
shaken
Darnold,
up.
But
hopefully,
Brooke
obviously
Reese?
nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So now it's just about finding.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
What are you watching?
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So, let's do this now.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. The give now to Abanikanda. He juked him. And able to break one tackle and quickly brought down. But a nice little game.
I do know.
Give him 9
Any
yards on the carry
former
there.
Jets players,
And now 2nd and goal.
honestly say one thing. With any knowledge that you've been given, don't think it's because you used to lose in terms of season. It's timing, it's patience, it's consistency. It's something you have to look at in terms of actually.
Abanikanda going to stop before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
I would say, what you put into it is what you get out of it. So
they go play action now. Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And that'll be incomplete with a penalty flag here on the field. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that thing go.
My bad.
So a decision to make there. They decline the penalty as they'd rather force the 4th down. Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on 4th and goal, but they're going for it. Play action. Now Wilson on the move to his left. And he's going to be swallowed and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line. They started on the ground with Eckler. Pushes past him. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Best believe one thing. This the year of the snake. So, are you ready? Yeah, buddy.
Go. Here's Herbert. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Yes.
Williams make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Despite no one has watched him flashes potential the last couple of years, Quentin Williams broke out in 2022 with 12 sacks and first-team All-Pro honors. Expect more of the same going forward.
I think the acquisition of Cody Adams deciding was
well executed there on second down.
Jeremy Sherwood,
back to the air on third.
Big acquisitions, keeping them
but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you run the ball in long distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Oh, Sauce got it. Sauce with the pick. 2 picks from the same side. Mr. Whitehead and now Mr. Sauce.
No surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year.
Look, and Mr. Whitehead's there to me. I'm like, yo, oh wait, that's Mr. White.
Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
This is an entirely different.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception,
this team
but
really
then returning
different.
it to the end zone for the pick 6.
First year.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. On first down, it's Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to the end zone real fast.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He finds his target. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are back within a score. For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. The PAT.
Yo, I finally had it. Not even playing the ticket.
Just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Yeah.
And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Yo, he's got over 1,000
again.
yards.
Brees Hall making his way out with the offense. You start prorating these rushing numbers and looking ahead, he could be on pace for a 2,000-yard season. I don't want to jinx him, but what a year to this point.
But you just did.
Sorry?
That's okay. No, he can overcome that.
I'm not apologizing to you.
No.
Okay?
I like your attitude. But you're right. What's got to happen for it to actually occur? Offensive line has continued blocking the way they've been blocking. He has to stay healthy. But also, it's not just the idea that he's going to run the football, but you got to run it against numbers that dictate you throwing the football. Sometimes when you have 6 to block and you only have 5 guys, you've got to block them anyway, and he has to make someone miss as well the rest of the year.
On second down, it's Abanikanda. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. They go play action with Wilson.
Oh! Damn you. Yo, y'all gotta keep going
that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Oh, they're changing this at the line.
Delay of game, offense.
I get it, I get it, I get it.
Of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 4th down.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll indeed go for it with Wilson.
Come on, I threw that over his head.
It's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Okay.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things.
Oh, my God.
Keep down the numbers. There he goes. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 34. Eckler.
Oh, now we're locking
Get there. Touchdown. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. New York ready to go again offensively. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
On the handoff, Abana Campbell. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now it's Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
What's the play?
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson.
Come on.
Let him too much that time. It's
you don't want me to, you know what I'm saying, do right. You want me to stuff up.
Completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Rolling to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Wilson.
Oh, you fucking hit me right here.
Continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Here's Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Herbert now. Flush to his right. And he's in.
Yo!
Charger
I went to hit stick and he dove over. And I fell down. Like, I literally fell down.
And 18th of the year. And the Chargers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 21-14. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not to any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Here's Wilson to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. Instead, it's 4th down. They're going to try and throw. It got his man complete. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. It's incomplete.
Bullshit.
Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
To throw again is Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half,
oh, needed a big catch.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That passed the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here we go.
They'll go again with Hall. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers 37.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. Buying time to his left.
No!
Intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Derwin.
Hey, let me stop. That shouldn't even happen.
Was that PS5 version?